Mandana, let me start with you if you don't mind. And I think how are you feeling, first of all, if there's a way to answer that question? And then what are you hearing from your community? And I mean that in the writ large, right? Your life community, your online community. What have you taken away from this weekend to something, what feels different? What feels the same? What do you want to say about the last few days?
I mean, I think it's hard to articulate sort of how close we are as a community and how personal this all has been for us, the last almost 11 months. Like these aren't just hostages whose names we know, like we know their favorite breakfast foods. We know their stories, we know where they've traveled, we know their families. I've prayed for her, some of these hostages every single night for the last 330 something days. So to follow the journey of someone like people like Rachel and John, who really are just heroes to me. Like, I think they are the best of humanity and have shown up with the greatest humanity, despite what I find to be the most horrible circumstances and the most rampant hatred. Like, despite the fact that their son was being held hostage by terrorists, kidnapped, tortured, and injured, and people were tearing posters of their child down and chanting in favor of terrorists in their cities that they visited, they still showed up and advocated for humanity and advocated for peace. And I don't know how many people in the world could do it that way. And to be as vulnerable as they were for all of this time, to have followed this journey as long as we did, it was gut wrenching.
It's mind-blowing. I couldn't believe that they, after all of that, still had the strength and the ability to speak at the funeral. I mean, that just blew me away that they again, were willing to stand up and, sort of expose their just unimaginable level of grief to the world because they want people to understand